You want a tip on how I keep up with the pace of this election cycle? Hang around until the end of this video to learn how to unlimit your information with ground news. Hey, before I get started here, I'm talking about Britney Page's YouTube channel today. Please go subscribe and engage with her important content. In the job we do in independent media, breaking down what's taking place, there's a lot of topics that aren't as sexy as others or clickable than others. And Britney Page has dedicated her channel to covering things that are underreported on. Please do me a solid and engage with her content and subscribe. Let's talk about this. I would really like to throw this to you as a conversation piece to see exactly what the motivation here is. I have 2 tweets to share, and then I'm going to share a video from Russian state news of them mocking Donald Trump, mocking Melania Trump, and by extension, Donald Trump, showing scantily clad, nearly naked, some of it's blurred, naked photos of the incoming president's modeling her pics, but the insurrectionist convict in chief, they're mocking him. They helped him get elected. He was the guy they wanted, and now they are rubbing it in his face that he is indeed their puppet. He's their marionette, and they don't give a shit how they treat him. But you won't hear him speak ill of Vladimir Putin, even though they're mocking his wife. Vladimir Putin is treating Donald Trump like Donald Trump treated Ted Cruz. And how does Donald Trump react? He acts just like the obsequious weakling that Ted Cruz did. Here's the tweet from Asha Rangappa, somebody you should follow on social media. She's fantastic. So just some ritual humiliation of the incoming First Lady to remind Trump and America who's really in charge now. Everyone better get used to Daddy Vladdy. And this was a quote tweet to this, which shared the original video. Meanwhile, in Russia, this is how the most watched state TV channel in the country welcomed Melania Trump's upcoming return to the White House. Olga Skaviva is trying not to laugh. This was probably her idea. Now, I'm going to play this clip, and there will be a portion that's muted because I don't want to risk demonetization because they play copyrighted music. But I've double-checked to the best of my ability using Google Translate the Russian subtitles here, or the English subtitles here, and it's correct. What they're saying is what they're saying if you don't speak Russian like I don't. But watch this and pay particular attention, one, to the images of Melania Trump, which, by the way, I don't care if she posed nude as a model. It's the least of our worries. It's the least interesting thing about Melania Trump. The fact that she's a racist birther conspiracist who tried to malign and lie about President Obama for year after year after year. Those things are important about her. Her complicity with the fascism of her husband, those things are important about her. The fact that she posed naked, who gives a single shit about that? Now, the reason they're doing it is because so many people do care about it. And it is something untoward or whatever. Who cares? We're all adults. Let's act like adults here. But they know it's going to bother Donald Trump. They know it's going to humiliate Melania Trump. So they're doing it to exert power over our weak president-elect insurrectionist in chief. So pay attention to that. I lost my train of thought. And pay attention to the female anchor here who is beside herself with giddiness, who just cannot contain her glee at what they're doing. And by the way, nothing that gets said or broadcast on Russian state-owned TV gets done without Vladimir Putin's approval. Keep that in mind. Watch this.
Melania Trump. Муж, наконец, победил, готовится во второй раз стать хозяйкой Белого дома. А вот так Мелания выглядела в 2000 году. Смотрите, обложка глянцевого журнала GQ. Будущая первая леди в неглиже лежит на шкуре. В самом журнале сексуальные фото Мелании у частного самолета и на его борту. На одном из снимков модель в бордовом белье лежит на синем ковре с изображением большой печати США, государственной эмблемы Америки. Как будто в редакции мужского журнала что-то знали заранее о будущем своей модели.
Что на самом деле значит мое тело и мой выбор?
Now that Melania Trump's husband has won the presidency, as they smirk and giggle and mock Donald Trump. This is embarrassing. This should be embarrassing for all of us that our fellow countrymen and women decided to vote for a man who is so easily controlled, so easily worked like Donald Trump, who is so vulnerable in his personal life that whatever dirt Vladimir Putin has on him, he just sits there and takes it. Just like Ted Cruz did. Just like many Republicans do. They're cowards. Anyway, I invite you to this conversation. What are your theories? That's what I'm getting at. Because I've got my guesses here, but who knows? What do you think? You can comment below. That would be great. You can also call the voicemail line, 714-576-4054, or email me daily at Dollemore.com. Follow me on the social media. I am no longer active on Twitter, but I am at Blue Sky and Threads and Facebook and TikTok and Instagram, all of them at Dollemore. I'd love to see you there. And stick around for a word from the sponsor of today's video, which offers a product that is more important after Donald Trump's re-election than it ever has been. Ground News. This presidential election is going to be the most pivotal in modern American history. Once you've cast your vote, though, you need to think beyond the implications of this particular election. Disinformation and right-wing extremism, they aren't going away anytime soon. With the amount of voices in the discourse, it is easier than ever to be misled or misinformed. You need to be able to critically assess the news that you're ingesting. Where can you do that? Ground News. They're an independent, nonpartisan news platform dedicated to exposing any hidden agendas in the information you consume. I find Ground News valuable because they show which way news outlets lean politically, who funds them, and whether their reporting is honest. Use Ground News' app, website, or browser extension to instantly access all the perspectives on any issue and avoid being manipulated. Plus, if you sign up for their Vantage plan, you can access features designed to highlight opposing narratives on the left and the right and expose your own blind spots too. I regularly encourage everybody in my audience to avoid echo chambers and to check the facts. You are well aware just how rapidly the lies of Trump and others can be spread and how long that they can linger. Go to ground.news/Dollemore or just scan this QR code for integrity-driven news that you can trust and confidently share with others. Sign up with me and you'll get a huge deal on the same top-tier Vantage plan that I use. With our very democracy at stake this season, it is essential that you are clearly informed. Subscribe to Ground News today, and remember, the fight for democracy doesn't stop after November 5th. It's just getting started.